lights on.
It's bright, isn't it? What do you think though, Bernie?
Do you like it? Yeah, it's much lighter than the last one.
It's much like the last one, isn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, what we'll do is we'll film us filming you. Look at that. Great bit of kit though, isn't it? Happy with that?
Yeah, it's expensive.
No, not really. That light is bright,
yeah.
isn't it?
Well, it's
Very
staring.
bright.
Try not to stare at it.
Yeah.
You're supposed to stare at it.
No, don't look at the light, look at the lens. Look at the lens.
Something going wrong with you, so you're staring in the wrong direction.
Every day's a school day, isn't it?
I've got lazy eyes, right? It starts wandering off.
Yeah.
I was watching it the other day, it was going...
Well, good morning everybody and welcome to another Sunday morning show from the balcony here at Churston. The view is absolutely spectacular on a beautiful summer's day, but it isn't a beautiful summer's day. We're in December. Not a lot actually been going on this week for me personally because I've been in the garden working my off as much as possible to try and get as much as I can done before we get into the Christmas period and then hopefully get it finished off and tidied off into the new year. So one thing I did mention last week was I asked you to comment on was about John Ram going over to live, and the comments that came in, thank you very much for making the effort to put your comments down below of what you think about the whole thing. And it is interesting, but also the other comment was about the rollback of the bull, and I've actually been listening to quite a few podcasts about the rollback of the bull. I honestly don't think it's going to make a massive difference, to be honest with you. I think if you take an average golfer out here today, you know, the difference between their best drive and their, let's say, their worst drive is probably going to be about 20 to 30 yards on an average when they get around this golf course with the drives that they hit because of mishits. And they're saying that actually with the numbers that you're going to get from the bull, you're probably only going to lose about 5 yards on average from, let's say, your best drive. So I don't think it's going to make a massive amount of difference, and I do understand what they're trying to do, the cutting off point, but I think that, you know, these companies are too impressive when it comes to the technology that they create for these golf balls, and it will be interesting to see how they actually push the boundaries to see what these players are going to be swinging it at and what we're actually going to get those golf balls to go. So interesting moving forward, but 2028 is a long way away and we'll see exactly what happens. Now, I've got a few things that I've got to get done. I want to give you a bit of an update as to what's going on over at the house. So I will go back to the house in just a moment. Also, I want to share with you the winner of the ShotScope Connects system that we put out a couple of weeks ago on the channel. I'm going to do the draw for that in this particular show. And also I've got my brother coming up, and then we're on a staff night out, and it is my daughter's birthday this week. So it is a busy, busy, busy week. First injury of the day, that one. Actually just getting a root out, trying to dig a root out, unfortunately, and I got my hand caught between the root and the other root. It hurt a lot. Not the first injury, won't be the last.
Hello. I'm not doing any manual labour, unfortunately.
Come to check in with you, make sure everything's going to plan.
I'm just making sure you aren't injuring yourself, which you are. So
I have.
I think my talents are wasted here.
Right, so what we're going to do is Jordan is just going to do a random picker, because if you remember I think it was 2 weeks ago, we did for the ShotScope Connects.
Yes.
Remember that?
I do.
So we're going to do now a random picker for how many people that actually entered, and then pick one lucky winner that's going to have a lovely set going into 2024 to be able to track their game with ShotScope.
Pickawinner.co, Dan. 303 people commented with ShotScope. And the winner, I don't know if you can see this, Paul Williams.
Paul Williams.
Paul Williams 3585.
Oh, congratulations, Paul.
So send us an email, dh@dhgolf.co.uk, and we'll get it sent out to you.
That is some serious speed you've got going on there now, isn't it?
Well, we're getting there.
I've just dragged Paul up here because we're doing a bit of a test today, aren't we?
Yeah.
Interesting conversation I heard between you and Matt Court, who, for those of you who don't know, Matt Court is a PGA champion, isn't he? He's done extremely well regionally and then played a little bit of probably Challenge Tour, a little bit of European Tour back in the day. I would say similar sort of levels as where you are with him. You and him went head to head this year, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, he's probably been the best PGA pro over the last 5 years.
Is he?
He's very good, yeah.
So the conversation that you were having over in Portugal was all about what is basically the biggest hammer, isn't it? As in, like, you're both experimenting with lightweight shafts, lightweight grips, but what gives you the best performance with the weight of head that you should be having with the club. Yeah. There's always a balance point with that, and both of you kind of probably carry the ball, I would say, pretty similar.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's probably got the edge on me a little
Has
bit,
he?
but we're not far apart in distance-wise.
But it's interesting, you're both like looking for that extra 5-10 yards if you can get it.
Yeah, we both need to hit it a little bit further, really, if we want to get any better.
So that's what we're going to be doing today in this video that we're going to be setting up for this. But also, Paul's got a little device that he uses. So what is this? I mean, is that your swing speed though? 110?
Yeah, on a good day.
That's your swing speed, is it?
Yeah, well,
so what's that device that you've got there?
So it's a PRGR. It's basically like a little mini launch monitor. Yeah. Which does club speed, ball speed, smash factor, and carry. Yeah. And it's just something I bought it when I was using the stack system. Okay. Because it's something you can do without having to hit a ball with. It can measure the speed just with a practice swing. So I was using it to train, but also I found that it works really well with hitting balls as well. So it's actually good for if you're going to use the net a lot. At least you can get a bit of feedback for what you're doing in the net. So something I bought. They're quite cheap really in relation to launch monitors, but we were going to come and bring it up and try and test it against the GC Quad, weren't we? That was the plan.
Which the GC Quad is sat there.
Yeah.
If we've got enough time today, we're going to try and compare the two and see what actually is the difference. Yeah. Now, I went on to Golf Swing Systems because we're in conversations with them about next year about doing some collaborations together, which would be quite cool. And I found it on there. Okay. It's down. It's 200 and it's gone from 220 quid. It's down to £205. Is that pretty much what you paid for?
Yeah, I bought mine through American Golf.
Did you?
A year or so ago.
Yeah.
It's about a similar sort of price. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's but I think for the money, it's really good, and it's just I'm happy that it's correct on club head speed, but I just want to work out where it is with ball speed against what the quad does, and also the carry distances. I don't think they'll be exact, but I want to know whether it's up or down, so I can then know going forward what the calculations are. So.
Interesting. Right, we're going to get into our video, so we'll I'll see you back in the office in just a moment. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a machine, a monitor. What do they call it?
Launch monitor.
Launch monitor. Welcome to the video, everybody. Welcome, Paul.
Welcome down.
Always beavering away.
Embargo.
So,
Howdy.
What did you think of the garden project?
Muddy.
Very muddy.
It's quite out my comfort zone, I reckon.
What, the amount of mud?
Yeah.
And the size of it?
Yeah. Usually if I see a golf course looking like that, I tend to not be playing fair golfer.
It's going to look great when it's done.
I think it will.
It'll look great when it's done.
And I'm sure Bob and Charlie will be excellent putters by the time they're
I do hope so. Just one question that I've got for you. As somebody that doesn't, let's say, hit the ball miles... Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully I've phrased that okay.
I've been thinking about it all morning how to phrase that one.
Are you concerned with this rollback thing? Does it bother you?
Yeah, actually it does.
Does it?
It does, yeah. It does. And I know Rory had a tweet, Rory McIlroy this is, he tweeted saying, 7 to 10 yards is not going to affect an average golfer's enjoyment of the game.
Right.
And he worded that cleverly because he said enjoyment, and he didn't say it's not going to affect your ability to play the game and performance to play the game. And as we all know, 7 to 10 yards is a club, really, isn't it? It's an iron.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And difference, if you look at strokes gained, going into a par 3 with a 6 iron instead of a 7 iron, on average, I don't know the actual numbers, but you're probably, I would say, maybe 0.1, 0.2 shots more than you would have taken.
Yeah.
So I say over the year, that's a good couple of shots for your handicap, I would say.
Could be.
And for me, who's trying to get down to scratch and obviously not hitting the ball miles, if I could hit the ball an extra 40 yards, I feel like I'd already be there. Just
right. Okay.
Even with my current dispersion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's going to be harder.
So for someone who plays weekend golf, it's frustrated you.
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so. I'm quite happy. I feel like I've played the game for long enough now. I know all my distances. I know my clubs. I know what stuff's going to react, and I feel like I might have to relearn it. You know.
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully not. There are going to be some golf balls on the list which are currently in play. So people that are using certain balls right now, I would imagine like a Velocity or something like that might be still on that list. Yeah, something like that.
Firm ball. Or
which
softball.
Yeah, low compression.
Yeah.
Golf balls, something like that. Now, moving away from the golf ball and into the shop, you wanted to mention as well, didn't you? That there was still.
It's still Christmas sale time.
It is.
Yeah. So we got 25% off everything. There's literally everything. 25% off. So if you order it, this is Sunday, if you order it today, tomorrow, even Tuesday, we can get it to you before Christmas. If you want to buy a gift for yourself, for someone, for your friend, for your wife, you could do that as well, couldn't you?
Yeah, could do. Absolutely right.
So yeah, get on the shop.
There you go.
DHGolfShop.com.
.com, absolutely. Right, on that note, I've got a busy schedule this weekend.
Yeah.
Charlie's birthday. She turns 10.
Wow, that's scary.
Where's
isn't
that
it?
gone?
Where
Where
is
is that
Christmas
gone?
as well?
I always
Didn't
close to
plan
Christmas.
that very well.
No,
did
I didn't. No, apparently not.
No.
I've got to head back to the back home because I've got to have a little look at exactly how the boys are getting on, and hopefully we're a little bit further ahead, and I'll brief everybody exactly where we've got to at this point. And here it is, the back garden, the update of the back garden. You can see that we now have a back retaining wall, which will take all of the soil and make that nice and flat and be able to run into that position. So just getting our levels kind of right. The steps will kind of go up from there, from the decking up into that position over there. And then down the front here now, we've got the front retaining wall. And we've lost a lot of the rubble that's kind of gone in there over the last sort of couple of days. And now we're starting to see this kind of flat area, pulling it back, filling up that bottom bit, and then to give me my nice flat putting green area. Honestly, now that I'm seeing it, now that the walls are in and the sort of everything's moved off the site a little bit, it looks huge, absolutely huge. Yeah, probably actually a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be, certainly down the bottom bit here, and it's not actually fully flat yet. So there you go. There is the update of where we're getting to. Basically, yeah, I've got to now kind of start bringing all this soil back down to the wall once that all dries. And we're starting to see some progress. It's going to look absolutely fantastic. So like I said, not masses going on this week. Obviously I've been busy doing a lot of this work, and I'll be continuously busy doing it next week as well. Next Sunday I'm not going to put a video out because it's getting a bit too close to Christmas. I've got a lot going on. I just want to spend a bit of time with the family if I possibly can. And I will be back hopefully in the next week or two with some videos. I need to get out on the golf course. I want to do a break pass series. I want to do some other bits with the guys if I possibly can as soon as possible. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch this Sunday morning show, and I will see you, well, I'll see you next Wednesday, but when it comes to the Sunday morning show, maybe in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching.